Welcome back to another episode of the Adventure Athletes podcast. In this week's episode, I sit down with Courtney Jacquemai, who is a phenomenal runner and athlete here in South Wales. And I'm lucky enough to be one of her training partners now. We live fairly close together and we have recently started training together. We've got similar goals, so it only makes sense for us to start doing runs together, as you'll hear about on the podcast. And if you're a long-time listener, you've probably started hearing about our adventures on other podcasts anyway, because I'm always just bringing it up. This is a really interesting podcast. This is one that really delves into what makes Courtney unique, what got her into trail running, what got her into adventure, and how it hasn't been a smooth road at all for her. Now, there is a trigger warning with this podcast. She goes into a bit about domestic abuse, so if you're a bit sensitive to such topics, then feel free to switch it off now, or just be a bit wary that we do go into some level of detail with it. Not masses, but it's something to be aware of in this podcast. And just before we get started, guys, I did want to say there's going to be a big announcement at the end of the podcast, so stick around for that. Don't just switch off when Courtney stops talking. Make sure you're here for the outro as well. But for now, enjoy the podcast. What was your call to adventure?
I've been thinking about this, funny enough. I think my call to adventure and my call to running are two totally different things. So my call to adventure was, I don't really think I had a call to adventure. I was just born into it. Just like growing up in the Rhondda Valley and like my family, I was just born into adventure. I was like, I think really lucky, same as you. Like we were in like probably like the last generation that didn't grow up with like phones and iPads, and like we had a VHS and that's about it. So we were always out like after school, before school on a weekend, like down the park, and our parents never knew where we were, but we were somewhere up the mountain building dens and swimming in the rivers and stuff. So I just think being outside looking for adventure has always been in me from birth, probably. My dad as well was, he'll probably shout to me if he listens to this saying this, I don't think this is legal. But my dad, he was a rally driver, so he used to do the Welsh Rally Championships. And he put a baby seat in the back of his rally car for me and my brother, and he used to take us in the car seat rallying over the beacons and things. So yeah, it's always been, we've just always looked for exciting things to do. My call to running was very different. That was based around trauma, I think, as most, I think, long distance runners are. But yeah, I think I lost a lot of like that adventure aspect, like growing up, and you turn teenager, and like I just live in the Ricos and take everything for granted. I don't want to go out and just like down the park with your friends drinking rather than building dens and stuff. So yeah, I lost a lot of that. And then I started work at 16 in an insurance office. I liked school, but I didn't like it enough to stay past the age where I could leave. I did try. I've always tried to be the black sheep of the family. Not tried. It's turned into, I think, me being the black sheep of the family, as in going off and doing my own thing. But yeah, I've always tried to do my own thing with that, and none of my family went to university. They all left school. My father didn't even go to school. and they're all the same. So I was like, right, I'm going to go to uni and I'm going to do all this. And I managed, I think it was like 2 weeks in sixth form. And I was like, right, time to get a job. So my first job was in an insurance office in Treorchy on the high street. And I just got sort of like just inactive and like put on loads of weight, and it was just like not really achieving anything in life. And I wasn't thinking of that at the time because I was 16 and I did a full-time job. I thought I was like smashing it. And to be fair, I probably was, looking back. I was the only one of my friends to be making a bit of money and making my way in some sort of business. And then the boy that I was working with said something about, oh, have you heard about this Ron the roller coaster thing that happens? And I was like, no, what's that? And he explained it. And then, funny enough, like a few days later, my cousin also said, do you fancy doing the Ron the roller coaster with me? I was like, what's this Ron the roller coaster thing? So it's basically a 27-mile hike around the Rhondda. And I was like, great. I've been on about getting into fitness and things. And this was probably, I was thinking about this and checking the dates. I don't actually know when this was, but I was probably around 19, 20 years of age, probably. And I was like, yeah, great. Like, that'll be a good day out. We looked at the route and it went past a pub in Llanwano, which is about 6 miles from the finish. It goes from Barry Sidings and it's a round loop. And Llanwano pub is 6 miles from the finish. So we were like, oh, let's go for a pint and we'll do the rest of it a bit tipsy. It'd be brilliant. Let's do it. So we signed up for it. Finished work on the Friday night. Drove straight down to Sports Direct. Bought a pair of hiking boots. Cheapest ones I could find. A pair of Caramore ones. I only threw them out the other day, actually. I didn't use them after that. I just chucked them in the back of the cupboard. But yeah, bought them. Bought a pair of walking trousers. And we were good to go. And then the morning of, my cousin was like, right, we've got food now, because she was into like a long distance walking and stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, I got a couple of packets of crisps and that should be fine. And she was like, buy more food. So then the morning of, I was down Spa buying loads of food and stuff, me and one of the boys from the office. And I took my old school rucksack and we were good to go. And probably to this day, it was the worst pain I've ever been in doing some sort of physical activity. My feet were ripped to shreds. It was boiling hot days where I was in like the middle of May. I whinged the whole way through. It took us like, we definitely didn't stop for a pint. I'm sure it took us something ridiculous, like 12, 13 hours to walk 27 miles, which is madness. But I'd done it after 100 times of saying that I was going to give up. Like, the halfway point is Tom Pentra and I live in Treorchy, so I was like, just get a train. I'm just going to get a train and go home. And then I was like, oh my God, like, I just remember thinking, I was crying, like in tears. I was like, I'm 20 years of age here and I can't walk 27 miles. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I was like overweight and yeah. So I was like, no, I've got to finish this. Like, this is the start of something now. I've got to do this. And I'd done it. I remember wearing slippers around the office for a good 2 weeks after that. 'Cause my feet, like, still now, I've never had feet like that still, like, again. And I've done a bit more than that now.
Just a little bit.
But I think I vaguely remember sort of coming home and saying I'm never doing that again. And then it wasn't long before I was looking at what else I could do. Signed up to Tenavan. I don't know when, maybe that was the year after, I can't remember. I was definitely in like my young 20s though. Wrote my brother along for that one. Again, both of us rocked up. Bit more of an idea of, I broke my good walking boots in for that one. But in training for that, we walked up Pen y Fan twice back to back and was like, yeah, sound, we got this. Done exactly the same thing. Both of us were in shit state. But we done it. I think I done that. You got 24 hours to climb, anyone who doesn't know, Pen y Fan 10 times. I done it in 23 hours, 55 minutes. It was literally like, I done the, like, walked down the last lap backwards because my knees were like in agony. So yeah, we done that. And then I think that one was like the start of like a big shift in my life. I sort of knew after that the person I wanted to be, and it wasn't the person I was then. I wanted to do more of that and do more like endurance events for charity, because that one you have to raise money for charity on that one. And I just thought, what a good idea. Like, I wasn't happy in work. I was sort of like at that age where I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, and yeah, I thought maybe that's my purpose, to raise loads of money for charity, and it's a good thing to do. So I then looked at other challenges, and like I'd done the Welsh Three Peaks a couple of times where I was like, oh, it's not big enough, everyone does that. And so then I found the Welsh 3000s. I was out in the mountains all the time then, like hiking and things. I got a dog, so I was out with her a lot to keep me company. So I was a bit more sort of, I wouldn't say experienced in the mountains then. I thought I was like, yeah, this mountain shit is class. I'm out in it all the time. I'm brilliant. I'll take you up wherever. I know the mountains and stuff. I didn't have a clue, looking back now. But again, wrote my brother into the Welsh 3000s. We were both in shit state after that, but not as much as Pen y Fan. So you could tell that I was getting a bit more used to doing like that endurance stuff. I want to go back and do the Welsh 3000s now. I've done it once, and I've done loads of those peaks again, but not all in one go. Yeah, I digress, but I'd like to do the FKT. I'd love to have a go at the FKT of that.
What is the FKT?
I think for the women, it's 15 hours. And I reckon, I probably talk about this later, but I've got this false confidence that I reckon I could easily do that. I could definitely get it anyway, because the only women's FKT is an unsupported one. There's no supported FKT, so if I'd done it supported, I would definitely get the FKT for it.
Even though there isn't one, you still have to beat the unsupported one to get a supported
really?
time. Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe I'll do that, so that'll be more fun. Because I was thinking, like, I don't want to just do it, and then, like, whatever time I get, it'll be that.
Yeah, no, you still got to beat the time. It's only the other way round that it wouldn't apply.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, then.
There you go.
Next year, we'll... maybe I'll rope you along into that. Yeah.
Is there a mixed FKT? Have you looked at that?
Yeah, there is. I don't know what the time is. I didn't look at that one. Yeah.
See, ideas are forming.
2026.
Because I want to go back and do it, but my goal is also quite ambitious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a look into that then. After this. Yeah. Topic of the run later. Yeah, so I want to go back and do that. But yeah, we done that one. That was brilliant. Met one of my really good friends, best friends actually, Mike Monaghan. He'd definitely be listening to this. On that, and we've been friends since, and he supported me in the Wild Horse, and yeah, amazing runner, amazing triathlete, done Ironman. I had to plug him in there. He's done a lot for me this year. Yeah, and then after the Welsh 3000s, I was just probably just coasting, and then I just wasn't happy in work. Like, being in an office job really didn't suit me. So then I was looking at jobs and things, and I found that the fire service were recruiting, so I was like, oh, that'd be a good job for me, I reckon. I'd do it. Because by this point as well, I joined a gym. I'd lost a shitload of weight, too much, which is another story. Yeah, I was quite ill from that, actually, from like losing too much weight, and so that was like another road to recovery that I went on. And then just after that, so when did I join the fire service? 2020. January 2020 I got into the fire service, thankfully. 2020 I started my recruits course. And then that was like the proper turning point in my life. That was like as soon as I became a firefighter, I knew that was one of like my callings in life. I loved it. I just couldn't believe how fortunate I was in life to have a job that I loved, because especially coming from a job I absolutely hated, and at such a young age as well, like to start my lifelong career at the age of 21, 22 was amazing. And then things were going well for, I don't know, about a year. And then my call to running came because I didn't get into an abusive relationship. I got into a relationship that turned abusive. All sorts, any sort of abuse you can think of. That happened. And then it's just like a flick of a switch. Just my life went from being like, I can't believe how amazing my life is, to like, how the fuck did I get here? Like, how did this happen? And I just lost. That went on for about 18 months. Just a total roller coaster of shit happened. Like, it got progressively worse, as things do. Probably should have put a trigger warning out before I said that. There'd be people listening to this now that might strike a chord with them. But yeah, I won't go too much into it, but I just lost the love for everything. I didn't go to the gym. I'd stopped looking after myself. I had a couple of what I now know is breakdowns, just total breakdowns. I'm not good at hiding emotions, and anyone that knows me listening to this will know that I'm not good at hiding anything. If I'm in a bad mood, you'll know about it. I keep myself to myself, but yeah, you'll know about it. But I've never been like a vulnerable person, and my family are amazing. We're all really close. We're all like emotionally, I would say, intelligent people. We know like how to deal with each other's emotions. We're all the same. But I wouldn't say we're ever vulnerable with each other. My dad's like a proper Valleys man, and sort of, like no one wants to mess with him sort of thing. So yeah, that time of my life was really weird because I can always turn to my family, but I didn't want to. I thought it'd be a disappointment to them being in the state I was in. So it was also a time in my life where I had to learn to hide a lot of emotions and a lot of shit that was going on. And I did it well. I was really good at it, too good. My best friend is probably the one that was there for me the most, and only because I don't know, I think your friends know you better than your parents. I grew up with my best friend. I've known her since I don't even know, I can't remember meeting her. We were babies. So as soon as I started opening up to her about what was happening and stuff, and she was like, it's got to stop, and I'm there for you. And but when you're in that situation, you don't see how bad it is. And I was just turned into a horrible person. Like, I just remember telling her, like no, this isn't like, he's fine, like, it's just, he loves me, and like that's why he's doing it. Like, it's totally different to all the other relationships I've been in. And well, I'd only been in one other relationship, actually, but like, sort of like denying everything and telling her, like, you just don't want me to be happy. And I would say that to my parents, like, you just don't want me to be happy and stuff. So everyone just sort of, except for her, to be fair, everyone just sort of took a step back, and she didn't. And yeah, luckily I got through some like really dark times, but I digressed a lot then. This is going to happen a lot. I definitely got some sort of like ADHD. I like just go off on ones, like, in the house. I'm yeah, crazy. But where was I going with that? Yeah, I couldn't be vulnerable. I could be vulnerable around my parents, but I wasn't. So when it was all happening, and like these breakdowns I was having, I had like a major breakdown, and it was so weird. I'd started having panic attacks, and I didn't know what they were. I just didn't want to leave the house. I didn't want to go to work, which is, I'm skipping to work. I can't wait for my 4 days off to be over. It's changed a bit now. I've been in 6 years. But at the time, I was, yeah, like, I first started, and I just couldn't wait to go. So for me not to go to work, everyone knew that was weird. And it was at the point where things in our relationship had got really, really toxic really quickly. And I just didn't know what to do with myself. I felt like I just didn't want to be on the earth anymore. I didn't know. I started questioning everything in life. And I felt like I was in a hole, a really big, dark hole, and I didn't know how to crawl out of it. I didn't think there was any way of getting out of it. And that's when my mother and father got involved, really, and I think just looked after me like I was 3 years old again, and it's what I needed. And not long after that happened, I think that brought loads of emotions back. I got to the point where I was just numb to everything. I wasn't happy. I wasn't sad. I just didn't care. I didn't care about anything. I was like out drinking loads. Every Friday, Saturday night, with shifts like that, Friday and Saturday, sometimes I'd be working, so sometimes it'd be like a random Wednesday night, I'd just be like just drunk in the house. Which is not good, especially for that age. I haven't spoken about this for so long, and just talking about it now is, yeah, mad. But yeah, not long after that happened, my grandfather passed away. Suddenly, but he was 89, so everyone's like, oh yeah, he had a good innings and stuff like that, but like it was sudden. He wasn't ill or anything. He was climbing trees still, which is where like I get my sense of adventure from as well, and my dad got his from, and it all stems from him and probably his father. But yeah, that happened, and it just sort of like just reset my whole thinking about things. And we would just be up to Rickos all the time with my grandfather, and he passed away, and I was like, I've got to get back out in the mountains again. And like, what would he be thinking of me now? And yeah, that just broke me. So one sec. I knew this would happen. I was like, how can I I can't tell, like, I can't tell my journey without that happening, really, because it's just like a pivotal moment. Massive silver lining. Don't think I'll ever get a bigger silver lining than that. That one of the most important people to me disappearing was what was sort of like the best turning point in my life that I've had. And I look back on it, I don't know if that's just me making light of a really shit situation. But yeah, it changed my life. And after that, I got back out there and started running in the mountains. That was also an escape. Because I was still with him then, my relationship. And I found running just like such an escape. I could be up in the mountains all day, me and the dog, and I wouldn't like have any worry or anxiety about like pissing people off, which is like, because I can't do anything. I'm just out in the mountains. I'm not going to have any impact on anyone. I'm just out in the mountains. So I started running the mountains, and I was like, I've never done this before. I've always just hiked them. And by the way, that's the sad part over now. That's all happy after that. And I just remember being like, just feeling so strong and so free and tired. I wasn't a good runner. I've never been naturally gifted at anything, I don't think. I've always had to work hard for anything I've wanted. So yeah, I thought I was getting like a good runner then, but I wasn't. I was just doing it to clear my head. And I just remember thinking, I wonder if people do this like for events, and maybe I can do this for charity and get back into doing things for charity. And I wonder how what's the furthest someone's run? Like, can someone run 50 miles in a day, sort of thing? I was like, I know I'm going to sign up for a marathon, but I want it to be a mountain marathon. I want it to be in the hills. Like, I wonder if that's a thing. And like Googling it, and the first one that came up was the Llangollen 50k in North Wales. And at this point I'd been like, me and the dog would go to North Wales on our own and for weekends and things. I've always like done things on my own and been fine with it. She's like, oh, amazing part of the world, I'll do that. So signed up for that, and that was July 2022, and that was my first ultra, and I didn't know it was an ultra. I didn't even know what an ultra marathon was until I sort of like got there and done it, really. I was like, I thought I was signing up for a marathon. Like, I was telling everyone I'm doing a marathon. I thought an ultra marathon was just like, because it was hilly. And it's sort of a couple of days before, and I was looking at like the kit list and stuff, and I was like, well, actually, I think 50k is more than a marathon. And I was like, oh shit, it's 31 miles. Never ran more than 10 miles before, like in one go. I would spend hours up in the mountain, but it would sort of be like, I'd run a bit, walk a bit, sit down for a bit. I was like, oh, it can't be that hard. Loads of people do marathons. Done it in, I was looking at my times actually the other day. I done it in 7.5 hours. I think it was like 3,000 feet or 4,000 feet of elevation, something like that. Which is quite a respectable time now. If someone told me they'd done an ultra in a 50k in that, I'd be like, oh yeah, fair play. Like,
with that elevation as well.
Yeah, tidy. And after that, then I just hooked. Just after that, I was looking for more. It was just after that, the day after, I broke up with my boyfriend at the time, the one the toxic relationship, I was like, I am so strong. Like, why am I going through this? To mentally get through 31 miles of hill running, I definitely didn't run it all. But to get through that, I mentally am so strong, and I didn't think I was. I thought I was like this like weak person that was getting walked all over, and I ended it, and strongly ended it. And that was it then. And yeah, like the start of the rest of my life, I think that was, which I always say that, and people like laugh at that, like the start of the rest of your life, but like that every day is. And I think I try and live like that now, and like today is like the start of the rest of my life. And because if you think like that, like we haven't got long on this earth, and I think I try not to look back. For a long time I was looking back thinking how many years I'd wasted in that period of my life, but I am so grateful that I went through all of it. And if I had to do it again, I'd do it all again. Go through that 2 years of my life. It was absolute hell, but I would do it all again just to be the person I am today, because without it I wouldn't have been. I don't know if I would have signed up to an ultramarathon. Probably would have got there somehow. But yeah, so grateful for it all, which is, people listening to this might think that sounds a bit mad, but I think you've got to look at things like that in a positive way, and I try to. So yeah, my first ultramarathon was 2022, and then I done the Celtic Ultra in that same year in the December. And then I'd been through, like, that 6 months, I'd been through like therapy, and which was amazing. That helped me. I met my now husband, who just sped the recovery of everything up. I could talk all day about how amazing he is, and how he totally flipped my life upside down again. Because I definitely was going to be single for the rest of my life after that. And I was happy to be. But yeah, he changed all that. I didn't believe in marriage either. And then, yeah, it wasn't long before I was like, yeah, I think I believe in all that now. And then here we are, married. But yeah, and then I think 2023, I didn't really do. I was like in the gym. I think I was quite a blur, to be honest. That was just like, I was just happy. I was just busy being happy that year and getting over things, and just learning how to navigate like a new relationship after coming out of a really toxic one, which is, people don't talk about that enough. Hard, really hard. But we got there. I think in the summer of 2023, I done the off the tarmac 13 miler, the Penavan 13 miler, and sort of go back into running and taking it seriously and things. And I won that one. I would say it was like a bit of a fluke. It was like a freak heat wave. I think it was like 33 degrees. Like they changed the start, like they made a really early start time and things because it was so hot. So I don't think many women were taking part. There was definitely more than 2 of us, so I definitely did win. I did beat someone. But yeah, I done that, and then I sort of thought, I think I was back in the gym and things, and I was like, right, I'm going to give this a good go. And then in 2024, I signed up to the Pegasus Slam, and then that was me done, hooked, obsessed. life revolves around running. Still, like, in the December of before that, so December 2023, I was like, right, I'm going to take this really seriously now. I'm going to get a training plan, things like that. All I did was just Google, sort of like the biggest race on Pegs Slam 50 miles. Just Google 50-mile training plan. And the first one that came up, I was like, right, following that. And I followed it. I think it was a 16-week 50-mile ultra training plan. And it took me, whenever I started it, but it took me right up to, when is the Can-Am? April it starts, I think.
I think so.
It took me like up to the week before Can-Am, and I followed it like a military drill sergeant. I did not miss a single training day. I was just watching any free time. I was watching YouTube videos on nutrition and strength training and just totally obsessed. And when I get that into something, like, there's no pulling me away from it. Like, I've definitely got like an addictive personality. One of the reasons I've never tried drugs, because I don't think that would end well. But running is my drug, as so many people say. I'm quite confident that I won't get a better high from that, like from running. So I'm happy with that. Worst things to be addicted to, as people keep telling me. And then I've done the slam. Sort of like went out and done the... See, I love the Can-Am. And I don't know if it's because it was my first run or like event where I knew that I'd taken training seriously, and I knew I was confident I was going to finish it, but not just finish it. I was confident I was going to finish it at a decent time. And like, I wasn't trying to compete. I didn't have a clue who was standing on. Still didn't know any, like, I still am a baby in the ultra running world. But I can't actually remember what time I finished that in, but I remember coming 6th woman. And I was like, I feel fine. I felt fine. I was great. I was running the next day, and which is something I've never had before. Like, everything I'd done before that, I was not walking for 2 weeks after it. Just purely because, like, no training at all. A side story, actually, thinking about that. The Llangollen 50k, I had stress fractures, bad ones, in both of my feet. And it was a week before my best friend I was talking about earlier was getting married, and I was her maid of honour. And I sort of said, and she was like, Courtney, I can't believe you're doing this a week before my fucking wedding. If you fall or get injured, like, I swear to God, like, do not do it. I was like, oh, I'll be fine. And then I couldn't walk. I could not walk. Like, she got married on the following Saturday, and on the Friday, I was sort of like walking around the kitchen in the heels I was wearing down the aisle, like, and luckily, like, she means the absolute world to me. So I knew I was going to get emotional on her wedding day anyway. But I was crying going down the aisle, partly because I was emotional and partly because my feet were absolutely killing me in those shoes. Because I had fractured feet walking in high heels. So yeah, I expected all of that to happen after the Can-Am, and none of it happened. I was like, right, I've got this free Google Images 50-mile training plan has done me well here. And then I just carried it on, and after that I made it my goal. So my goal was to just finish them all. Like, 6 ultras in 6 months sounded achievable, but just sounded so hard, like the hardest thing I've ever done. And like, how am I going to do that? I don't know if I'm going to do it. So my goal was just to finish them all. After that, straight away, my goal was to finish top 10 women in them all. And I did it. I think one of them I came either 9th or 10th. One of them was close. I one of them I really struggled with. I think it was the Howam. And I've not done that one since. I would love to go back and do the slam again. I've since done the Pigum again and the Canham. I done those. What are we? 2020? Oh, it must have been this year. I know, it's like the slam was only last year. Yeah, that's bizarre. But so yeah, this year I've done the Canham and the Pigum again and knocked. I don't even know. I think the Canham I knocked an hour and a half off my time, and then, or maybe an hour, and then the Pigum. Don't know, but definitely finished it. I came third. Was it third? I came home with a big block of wood, so it was either third or fourth. And then after that, like it's like, and so does everyone else listening to this. Like, what's next? I need to do something. I need something to sign up for. And everyone was talking about this wild horse thing, and I was like new to all this. I didn't. After finishing the rhythm, I knew what Pegasus was like, and I was like so lucky that I'd picked that company to start like this journey with. By the end, like Reese knows you, Caris knows you, and like all the people you do the slam with, like you know everyone, you're in a WhatsApp group and everyone's talking to each other and like giving each other hugs at the start because you just know, and like I was already part of that family then, and everyone was just talking about this wild horse thing. I was like, well, what is it? And at the start of the slam, people were talking about 100 milers, and I was like, there's no way anyone can run 100 miles. Like I done, no way. I don't believe it. Like the Edam is daunting enough. And that's only half the distance. Like, I don't believe it. And then I started, like, running on social media. And, like, my whole personality just became about running. Still is now. Stronger, even. And then everyone was on about this wild horse thing. And I was like, well, oh, what's that? And they were like, oh, that's 200 miles. And I was like, what? Like, no way, I like that's not possible. Like, do they stop? And like, no, just from A to B 200 miles. Like, right, straight onto Google, having a look at that one, talking to Reese about it and things. And as I do every single time I sign up for something hard, couched up in a blanket with my dog on my lap, probably eating some sort of pizza or something, thought, yeah, I can do that. And I signed up for Wild Horse, not having done any more than the Edam distance. And as soon as I signed up for it after the rhythm, I got, so when's the rhythm? September. That was just, I got married last November, so to be fair, September to November, December was just busy doing wedding shit, which I hated. To anything that took me away from running, I hated it. And I'm not, like, again, digressing, but yeah, I hated planning a wedding. I hated it. Like, it was just not, but the actual wedding was, like, I'll have to get this in there. Everyone knows anyway, but the wedding weekend was the best weekend of my life. Nothing's going to beat that. It was amazing.
I just love how when we first went on a run, you was like, yeah, like I never thought I'd get married. I had a 2-day wedding. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as I said, like before my shitty relationship, I was in like a childhood sweetheart, long-term relationship for 9 years, and I didn't want to get married. I always said, like, don't propose to me. I don't get it. I don't want to tie myself to someone, and not as in the fact of, like, that sounds as if I wanted to be out. I've never been in like late teens, early 20s, like we'd always be out on a Friday, Saturday night down the bank. But that's like a shitty nightclub for anyone listening who doesn't know. They're on the valley. but I've never been one, like, I've always wanted to go out, just be with girls. Like, so I was just happy, like, being with the same person for the rest of, like, of my life. Yeah, happy days, doesn't bother me. But the idea of marriage I just didn't get it. Why would you spend all our money on a day? Like, if you want to be together, just be together the rest. Why do you have to put something on it? And yeah, that all changed. All changed. This is, it's gonna sound cheesy as fuck, but when people say, like, oh, like, when you know, and you've met, like, I knew instantly. Our first date, me and my husband, well, it wasn't a date. So I don't know if anyone's interested in this story. I'm going to say it anyway. I suppose it ties in with I love, right? Oh my god, that was 5 different subjects. I love how you ask one question and people make a 2-hour episode of it, and I get why now. But ties into the adventure side of things. I done a very short stint in the Army Reserves. So I joined the TAs as an infantry soldier. I always wanted to do it. I always wanted to do something like that. And again, was looking for every sort of escape out of that part of my life. So I joined the reserves, seeing that they get paid to do, like, adventure training. They get paid to go rock climbing and do all these things, which I'm paying for now. So it's like brilliant. And if I can shoot a few rifles, happy days, amazing. So I joined that. I done about a year there. And my husband was the sergeant. He wasn't my sergeant, he was a sergeant there. But he was the PT. So he was taking the the fitness tests and things, like the yearly fitness things you have to do. And he took the fitness test that I did. I sort of knew who he was anyway, but it was the first time I properly met him. That was 2 days after that first ultra I'd done that Llangollen 50k. And I said, look, I've got stress fractures in my feet, I'll do what I can, but I can't do the bleep test. I think he called me a pussy or something. And I done the bleep test. Made it worse, made it 10 times worse. And yeah, after that, I think he just sent, like, a generic message out to everyone saying, like, well done today and stuff, and then said to me, like, oh, I hope your injuries are not worse, like, well done for pushing through, sort of thing. And then I weren't long after, we were going hill walking off, like, he was a dodge, fancy a hill walk, and we'll go over the beacons and do, like, maybe, like, some nav exercises or whatever. I was like, yeah, sounds good, sort of thing. And I didn't know if it was just going to be me and him, if it was, like, a group thing, just, like, if anyone asks me for an adventure, I'm up for it. Yeah, let's do it, let's go. So we done that, and then, like, we both single, and we just got on, like, straight away, really. And then that same night we went on our first date, and then, yeah, that's what happened. But when you know, and it comes at you, like, look out, anyone who's not like you, it'll do. I'm telling you now. Yeah, and then we had a 2-day wedding. After all of that, we had, everyone rocked that Friday and went home Sunday. It was 3 days, really. Yeah, spent our life savings, and it's still, they're the best thing ever. Yeah, and then I did Wild Horse, having not done more than 50 miles. So that was the next big thing. You still need to do that.
Do I though?
Yeah.
Rich was trying to talk me into it this
Everyone
morning as
does.
well, and I'm just like, I sent out a reel this morning to a few people being like, oh, in 2026, someone's going to invite you to do a race that scares you. And it's really important to say yes.
You say yes.
And then Rich was just like, oh, so you're going to do Wild Horse then? And I was just like, mate, it doesn't scare me.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I'm not scared of Wild Horse. He was like, you're fucking terrified. Sign up. And I'm just like, fuck up, Rich.
That's why you're not doing it.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely the reason I'm so scared of a 200-mile race when I'm going to be doing 300 milers back to back.
And you've done, what was the 6? 220?
230.
Yeah. So.
But Wild Horse, petrified.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just not interested. But
Yeah,
I have
fair
said I'm gonna throw this in as many times as I can now. If a pickle company wants to sponsor me, I will dress up as a pickle and do Wild Horse. Like,
yeah, so make sure you're sharing this with the pickle companies.
I'm throwing this into every podcast ever now. Like, it's my life goal to get sponsored by a pickle brand. Like,
do you like pickles?
yeah.
Like, what, love them?
No, just I started eating them on the 6. I've never really eaten them before.
What is it with pickles? Like, Rich was not Rich. Who am I talking about? Dan and Nick. Nick was talking to me the other day about the pickle story in Canada. And now you were talking about pickles.
Yeah.
But it seems like all the really good runners are eating pickles. Right, that's it, on the way home now.
I got some downstairs. We'll take a jar out on the run.
A mid-podcast pickle.
That's what I'll have to do. I'll just have jars of pickles along the back. 100% doing it.
Yeah, just when someone gets emotional, like I just did, be like, pickle. And make it better on us.
Genuinely, like, the amount of my Instagram feed now is just pickles. I'm not even joking. Because I see them, and because I've spoken about pickles so much to people now, like, I just send it to them. But then that obviously, like, makes the algorithm, like, deeper.
Just pickles.
So it is literally, I'll be swiping through and I'll have, like, so this morning, some of the ones I sent out, for example, I had a pickle slushy come up. So I had that. Pickle martini. Pickle bread. Pickling cookies. Putting pickles in cookies. That one got a lot of hate, and I'm like, have you fucking tried it?
Yeah, but have you tried it? Pickle bread sounds nice.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that.
Using pickles for instead, like, it's like Subway, but like pickles instead of the bread. So you'll have like all your fillings. I'm getting loads, which is 6 pickles 6 ways. So like people just make 6 different types of like pickle toppings, and it goes deep. Like, there's pickle festivals. Like, I gotta go to one. It's a very American thing, but like, I've never been interested in America, but this is tipping the boat for me. Like, I'm gonna get myself there.
There's a lot more to pickles than meets the eye.
Oh, 100%. Like, I'm just like, I'm fresh into this. Like, you think you're fresh into running, like I'm fresh into pickle.
You're a baby in the pickle world.
Yeah, but I'm like, people that I work with now, they've started like calling me Pickle Man. And they're like, your nickname's gonna be Pickle, and I'm just there like. We had the AA night out the other night, and all I spoke about was pickles. So, yeah, like, if I don't get sponsored by a pickle brand, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, that is my life goal. I've seen the pictures of that Olympian that's sponsored by cheese, and she had those photo shoots with a giant wheel of cheese. Me and pickles. Like, I can see it happening.
You just have to turn the tracksuit like green. And like
AA rebrand, everything's green.
Yeah, adventure athletes eat pickles all day.
If we could get adventure athlete pickles.
Now then.
Now we're talking.
But like snack size ones, so you could like take them.
Oh
like,
yeah, specially designed for ultras.
De-juiced pickles. Because you couldn't carry a jar of pickles. Well, I mean.
Flask.
Let's try it.
A little flask. Fill it with pickle juice and have some pickles in there.
Oh.
Open it up mid-race, pull out a whole pickle.
No.
No. That was it. Just no. Not happening. I'm doing it on our run now.
Right, yeah. I think we need...
It's got so many electrolytes in it. You won't need an electrolyte drink. Just drink pickle juice.
I thought you were going to say it's got so much potential then.
It does. I'm selling this here.
Yeah, I'm
Electrolytes,
sold.
you don't need... And the best thing about it is they've done... Well, I don't know if they've done studies. I'm chatting out my arse now, but I've heard that it settles your stomach. So when you're doing ultras and you get a dodgy stomach, drink some pickle juice, settles your stomach.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Okay.
you get the electrolytes without the shits.
Yeah.
Fucking Dan's out doing fucking, what was it, Sirona, and he's down in bottles of Pepto-Bismol. Should have just had some pickle juice.
Pickle juice. We'll try it. We'll try it on the next one. We'll just fuel with pickles.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I said this because I was on the Rockman podcast the other day, and I said it at the end. Like, I was like, right, pickle brand, sponsor me. I'll do 100 miler dressed as a pickle. I'll eat only foods like I'm seeing on my Instagram that are like predominantly pickles, and I'm only gonna drink pickle juice. Like, I will do it to get sponsored. Like, people are underestimating the lengths I will go to get a pickle sponsor. And I only started eating them a couple of months ago.
Okay. Goal for 2026. That's your number one goal.
Yeah.
300 miler. Pickles.
That's secondary to the
Yeah.
pickles.
Yeah. I can't wait. Can't wait to see what you do with it.
I don't even know how we got onto this.
Yeah, I don't know how to get off it.
No.
How do we get off this subject?
I don't know. I'm here for it. Everyone's gonna get fed up of me talking about pickles now, but yeah, like,
I would say ask me a question, but you haven't got any questions.
no, I don't plan the questions.
One question at the
That's
start.
all you need.
I agree.
It's done well.
I agree now.
I've been doing this for like almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
And it hasn't done me dirty yet.
I know.
So
I agree. Before when we were just talking now, and I was like, what if I run out of things to say? Like, have you got any, think of some questions to ask me just in case?
yeah, and we haven't, and we've got on from your life story, literally your life story. We've gone from that to how you got into running and running Wild Horse, and we're pretty much up to date with your running almost.
Up to date.
Almost up to date with your running. Then we
From
got into your wedding. From your abusive relationship to your now
trauma,
yeah,
wedding, pickles. Bit of running in between.
Yeah. Could we really like top the topic of pickles though? Like,
I don't think so.
do we just end the podcast here?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for having me.
No, bringing it back to running then, because really that's why you're here. Well, kind of.
Yeah.
So you did Wild Horse. Didn't you do Wild Horse after having surgery?
Yeah.
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 Let's go into that.
Is it that camera that I'm on or that
Yeah,
one?
that one.
I don't know if anyone can see. I gotta get that in there because it's like my party trick and how bad that is. Basically, yeah. So I about a month before, maybe over 6 weeks before Wild Horse, me and my husband were kicking the rugby ball back and forth, with my niece and nephew, and they were like, "How far can Uncle Carlo kick it before Auntie Courtney can't catch it?" So I was like, I can catch anything, sort of thing. So he was kicking it up, I was running and catching it, and I was like, right, I've had enough now. And they were like, oh, one more, do it really high. And I didn't catch it. And instead, it landed right on the top of my little finger. And I sort of, was like that sort of thing. And I knew straight away that I've never broken a bone in my life. I fractured my skull when I was little, so I suppose that's a broken bone, to be fair.
That's a broken bone, yeah. And the stress fractures in your feet.
And that one, yeah. But completely snapped the bone, which was this. I hadn't done it. So, I've never been in a cast then. So, I sort of looked up and I was like, that hurt. And then, like, everyone was laughing, like, oh, I thought you could catch anything, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I just broke my finger. And all my family were there. And, like, my father was like, shut up, you'd be screaming. Like, you'd be screaming if you broke your finger. And, like, this is typical Gareth Guy, my dad. Any injury we had as children, like, Dad, I've really hurt myself, and he'd just grab it and like, oh, Dad, I think I broke my arm. Oh, let me see. Like, no, it's fine, you can move it. So it's like, Dad, I broke my finger. No, let me see it. Like, moving about like, it's fine, man, it's not broken. You'd be able to see it if it was broken. I was like, right, okay. And then the day after, I was just black. I was like, I think I should go to A&E. And we were on a family holiday in West Wales at the time, which we go a lot. Like, I grew up, we always went on holidays in West Wales, like cottage holidays and things. Like, we never went abroad. But yeah, so I sort of know West Wales quite well. So I knew the closest hospital was Withybush. So I went down there. I think I rang them, actually. Yeah. And there was a 9-hour wait in A&E. I was like, right, tape it up. Googled it. What do they do for broken fingers? They don't do anything for broken fingers. Just tape it up. So I taped it up. And that's how I stayed for 4 weeks. Just taping my finger up and then just ripping the tape off in work anytime we had a call and I had to put my gloves on. I just rip it off. Sort of be like this, trying to get my hand in a glove. And then just carried on like that. And then it must have been 3.5, 4 weeks, and I was like, this is ridiculous now. Like, it was the size. It didn't fit in my glove by that point. It was massive. So I was like, I've got to go to minor injuries. And they x-rayed it, and it was literally split in half. Like, the x-ray just showed, like, a clean, straight break straight through the middle. And the nurse was like, oh, no wonder it's been hurting. And I was like, right, sound, what can you do for it? Like, are you going to put it in a cast for a little finger sort of thing? And she was like, I think that's a bit worse than that. And I was like, what do you mean? So anyway, that was the Friday. On the Monday, so that was a Friday morning. By the Friday afternoon, I was having a phone call to say I needed emergency surgery on it. And they were going to do it either the Monday or the Tuesday. And I was like, look, thing is, I'm starting a 200-mile ultramarathon on the Wednesday. I don't think it's a good idea for me to have surgery before that. Like, I'll just leave it. And they said, if you don't have this surgery now, it won't be classed as an emergency and you'll probably never have the surgery unless you go private and pay for it. And they were like, it's already so far gone that it started to heal. Like, it's not, you're going to need to have it. Like, you'll have loads of problems. And I was like, oh, like, my job and stuff, I need my hands. I play the guitar as well. So I was like, oh, like, that'd be devastating if I can never play the guitar again. She's like, right, fine, I'll have it, but it's got to be on the Monday. It's got to be on the Monday. And to be fair, the surgeon that done it was like, he's a runner as well. I since found out he's a really good runner. He trained with Mo Farah. I know. He like sold it to me. He was like, oh yeah, I've done a bit of running. I know how important it is, sort of thing. So he said, right, I'll get you in on the Monday morning. You'll be out by Monday afternoon. So I got there and he was like, right, it's going to be, I never know. I should know more medical terms with my job, but I don't. I'm not the best at first aid. Basically, it's either local anaesthetic or general, innit? So the one that they put you to sleep, that's general.
General, yeah.
So they were going to do that. So we'll do it. It's quite a complex operation. Like, we've got to, like, cut some of the bone away. You're going to have, like, a rod in your finger, basically. So we'll put you to sleep because it's going to be uncomfortable and quite long. And I was like, no, can't do that. I've never had an operation before. I've never been put to sleep. I don't know how it's going to affect me. And like tomorrow, because that was the Monday, so on the Tuesday, like, we were driving to Chepstow to the start line for the Wednesday morning. I was like, I'm going to Chepstow tomorrow to do a 200-mile ultramarathon. And they were like, what? Like, no, like, you can't do that after this. Like, it's like, you're going to ruin the surgery. Like, it's quite a complex surgery. I was like, it's only a little finger. Like, just numb it. Do it awake. So then I caused a bit of a stir then. Because I was booked in. It was, like, in the fucking... whatever you call it. Like, the dressing gown thing that they send you to theatre in. And I was like, look, I can't be put to sleep. This is really... Like, I've spent the last 5 months of my life training for this. I've got to do it. So the surgeon and the anaesthetist came round and was like, look, we'll change the plan, we can do it awake, but it's going to be horrible for you. I was like, yeah, fine, just do it, because I can't be put to sleep. So then I had it done awake then, and it wasn't actually that bad. I was like, I watched it all. It was weirdly, there might be something wrong with me, but I actually enjoyed it. Just like, when did you get the chance to see someone like inside your finger, cutting it open and stitching it up and taking bones away and stuff? It was, yeah. I didn't enjoy it when the anaesthetic wore off. Oh, fucking hell. It hurt. So then, I think I got home about 6 o'clock Monday afternoon. I hadn't done any of my kit for Wild Horse. I hadn't prepped any of it. So done all of that Monday night and Tuesday morning, and then just drove to Chepstow then. And on the Wednesday I was doing it, and I had to run probably the first day of Wild Horse. I was running like this because any time I put my arm down, it was just throbbing. I tried not to take, so like on the Tuesday I was dosed up with like all the strongest painkillers you can think of, and I was like determined not to take painkillers from the start line of Wild Horse, because I didn't want it to numb the pain of the race. I wanted to feel it. I wanted to feel what it was like to run 200 miles. I don't think any amount of painkillers I took would have numbed the pain of 200 miles anyway, looking back. But yeah, I did manage the first couple of days without painkillers, so that was good. But it obviously didn't give me the best start. Didn't sleep like for the 2 days because I was in pain the night before because of the pain and like nerves and stuff like that. But already I was thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna get through this. I don't know how. It wasn't long before that where I was questioning how any human being could run 100 miles, let alone 200. And now I'm on the start line of a 200-mile race. So I wouldn't say I didn't have confidence in myself, because I knew how much I trained for it, but I just didn't know if I could do it, which is the whole reason I signed up to it. I think it's a bit, I need at least one thing to sign up to that I think is gonna be the thing I fail on, because I think I need it. I need to experience that failure to then work harder and to know what I've got to work on and things. There's so much I learned from Wild Horse, though. So much more things that I would change than not change. Like, I got through it, but I just got through it. Like I didn't do bad. I think I was 10th woman across the line. Not that even came into my mind. They're purely just finishing it. I think Nat finished it, and I was like, I think she done it in like 50 odd hours, didn't she? And I'm sure at that point I had like 98 miles left or something ridiculous like that, maybe a bit less, but it was something ridiculous. And yeah, I just remember like just watch, like anytime you stop you'd like look at the dot, because even though this is the thing, even though I wasn't going to get any sort of times or anything, like I just wanted to finish it, I still hated it anytime someone passed me. Like, there was a point where I was in a bad way at the bottom of the mountain's called Van Vawr, but it's where like the Story Arms. So in that car park there, I was in a bad way. I think it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd like proper hallucinated. I didn't know where I was, what was going on. And luckily Carlo, my husband, was there with a van. And he was like, I tried my best to get through. I think at that point I'd had maybe half-hour sleep, and I was, I think I was about 120 miles in, I think. And he was like, you need to have a bigger sleep, because the sleep I had was in Brecon, so it was only like, was it 13, 14 miles, I think, from where I slept to that point. And I was like falling asleep, standing up, and all that good stuff that we've all done. And he was like, you need to sleep. So I had an hour solid sleep. Like, I was out. And I sort of like woke up, and I said to him, like, wake me up after 20 minutes. I'm not having more than 20 minutes. Wake me up. And he said he tried to wake me up, and like, he was like, there was no moving out. And he was like, look, you asked me to crew you. I made the decision. It's an hour sleep, and you're going to be able to go faster. It'll be good. So I woke up like tamping. I was like, I can't believe you let me sleep for an hour. Like, how many people have passed me? Like, I'm probably in dead last now. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, proper having like a tantrum. I think like 2 people had passed me. But like, I caught them up, and then like down the road. But it sort of mattered to me then. Like, by the time I got to the end, I literally didn't care. I wanted people to pass me just so I'd have someone to talk to, because it was a lonely, lonely place at some point. But I loved it. I love being on my own, suffering. And it's not suffering. It's like, people say it's not suffering at all. Like, people say, like, oh, everyone questions us, like, why do you do it and things like that. And, like, I'm just like, because I love it. So it's like, why do you go down the pub drinking? Like, I wouldn't ever ask someone that, because that's what they like to do. Like, don't ask me why I'm going to run 200 miles. Like, because it's just sort of like, why do you do it? Like, they look at you as if there's something wrong with you. And maybe there is. But if it is something wrong with me, then I don't want it to ever be right. But yeah, people say like they have points in races, and they question like, why am I doing this? And I've never had any other feeling than that. But when I get to a point where I'm like in that pain cave, and I'm down and low, and I'm like, oh, like, I don't know if I can finish this. I'm like, why am I doing this? And then straight away, I'm like, well, this is why I'm doing it. That is why I do it. To feel all of that. And going back to like, why it's not suffering, because we put ourselves through it. We choose to put ourselves through that pain and suffering, if you want to call it suffering, if want of a better word. But I just think there's people in the world suffering, and they don't want to be suffering, and they're going through the worst suffering imaginable. We can't compare what all this crazy shit that we do. We can't compare that. Like, to even use the same word sounds bizarre to me. We're putting ourselves through it, and I love it. It's a privilege to be going through all of that, because I've chosen to do that. I'm the only one in control of that, and let's put myself through that. And coming from a place where I've suffered at the hand of someone else, and not wanting to now say that I can put myself through that by choice, it's the best feeling in the world. So when that low does come, I'm like, yes, this is what I signed up for. Especially then coming out of it, 'cause it's going to end. It's like, what's a low in a race? Maybe even if it's a whole day, even if you've suffered for the whole day. It took me 4 days to do Wild Horse, and even if I suffered the whole day, which is very unlikely, the next day is going to be better, or like the next hour is going to be better, and you're going to have that high, and no more so than the finish line. Like, that's the biggest high ever. Although on Wild Horse, the finish line for me was a bit of an anticlimax because I had my high on like Rossilly Beach. I came round that corner on Rossilly Beach and like seen the top of that cliff and knew the finish line was there, and I've never ever felt that high before in my life. Like, it was the best feeling I've ever had in the world. So then by the time I got to the end, I was like, yeah, well, my finish line was the end of that beach.
I've been trying to get my head around this recently because I have a similar thing where I don't get that excitement and joy and everything at the end of a thing.
No.
It's always like just before. So like on my 6th I had it at Edam, and like you see the pictures of the finish line of Edam, and like although I'm in like the most pain I've been in, like we're there being like, hey! And I'm like hugging people, I'm crying, I'm laughing, just like everything, and then you see the finish line of Ridham the next day, and then I'm just like bent over and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go sit down, guys.
Sound done.
Completed it. Right, what's next?
What's next? Get me home.
But like I don't know why I don't get that same feeling that day. Like, why is it earlier? Like,
I don't know. I think for me it's because so like Rossilly Beach is I think 5k from it is 5k because I started doing these like little videos on Wild Horse that I was never going to put on social media, but I did, and I'm glad I did now because I think people watch our back and they say like it makes them really happy and it inspires them, which is something like I don't know how I inspire people, like mad. But that like you've got 5k left, all you've got is a beach in front of you and a big fuck off hill at the end, mind. Like, just to put that in it, that is a horrible climb, but also the best. You know, so much like it's like the worst pain ever, but it's like this is like the last climb to the finish. But you know you've done it, don't you? You've got like 3 miles left, and I think the high comes because, and I'm so glad I had it there because I had that 3 miles. So I had that 25 minutes of pure like pride and joy, because you don't get 25 minutes of the finish line really, especially after something like that. Like, I got to the finish line, touched the gate, had that little interview, and I was like, get me home, get me in a shower now. Like, I could not wait to get off that finish line. And I like since then I've given everyone advice like just like stay at the finish line and revel in it and take it all in because you need to. But I had all of that in that 20 minutes, half hour of the last like 5k of it, and I'm so glad I did. So then by the time I got to the finish line I was like, well, I knew I'd done it then, and that was like my finish line. But that was, if I never remember anything, and I will remember now because I've done like that video thing, and I'm gonna take I've done the same with Serona, just to remember like the highs and the lows of it, because you do forget, you know, and I definitely forget the lows, which is why everyone does. They must do, because they keep signing up for more.
I mean, you forgot that you did Canham and Pigham again this year.
Yeah, this year.
This year.
That's mad. Yeah, it's been a year. It's been a big year. And then I didn't think I was going to do anything after Wild Horse. But I signed up for a UTMB run in the July in Italy. We based our summer holiday around it, and I thought, I've always wanted to try a UTMB. I know is like really negative things about it, but I thought, right, I'll give it a go. Mainly, like if it was any company that had done it in that part of Italy, I would have signed up to it. It just happened to be a UTMB one. So we base our holiday around it. I thought, after Wild Horse now, I can sort of like cut back, have a bit of a rest on the training, and it's been a way to sort of step down now and just run for fun basically rather than run for training, because there's a big difference in it. I was like, spend all day up in the mountains running in Italy, and we can have a 10-day holiday after it. And severely underestimated that one. I didn't even look at it, to be honest. I just seen that it was in the Italian Alps, and we'd been there before. Like, we've got a camper van, so we drive there, and like, that is my favourite holiday. Just, we book one way the train from Folkestone to Calais, and don't book anything else. Just not even a return ticket, and we just go. We've got 2 weeks off work. Let's just see where we end up. And we ended up a couple of times in the Dolomites in Italy, and the Italian Alps and things, and I've always said I'd love to run them, so I thought, well, what better way to treat myself after finishing a 200 mile ultra marathon than to go and run the Alps. So it was 100-kilometre one, but it was only, it was like 55 miles, I think, so it wasn't quite 100k. But what I failed to look at was that it was 28,000 feet of elevation in 50 odd miles. So it wasn't the nice, peaceful day out running that I thought it was going to be.
I mean, you're in the Alps. You're going to get some elevation.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was amazing. It was, amazing day. One of the best runs I've ever done, actually. I struggled so much. It was actually the closest I've come to quitting a race. Like, I've never come that close to quitting a race before, and like what I just said, like, you question like why you do things, and I'm always like, oh, this is why I do it. I did have a bit of a wobble on that one, and I think it was 10 miles in, and I was 3.5 hours to do 10 miles, because I'd already been up a 3,500 meter mountain. I don't know what that is in feet. Like, you like shouted at me the other day, because you were like, you work in miles, but you work in meters. That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I think I don't know what kilometers
I
mean.
have so many arguments with people about kilometers versus miles. But at least with them, they do miles and feet. And I'm just like, just fucking pick one. Just pick one, please.
But it's only the other day, like, so I've gone 29 years on this earth, and I'm not the most intelligent. Well, some things I'm alright. Like, I done really well at school. Book smart, yeah, great. But common sense wise, fuck. That's why I'm a firefighter and not a paramedic, because I didn't do well. Like, I'm not, practically put me toward anything, I'll work it out. But like, I don't know fake numbers and things like that. Like, but it was only the other day when you said, like, yeah, but if you work in kilometres, you can see how far in meters, in elevation, like the distance you've done over elevation. And I was like,
yeah, you figure out the gradients and stuff.
I was like, right, okay. I just compare everything to Wild Horse now. I'm like, Wild Horse 33,000 feet, and that was over 200 miles.
But this is what's confusing me even more, is because this whole podcast, every event you've done, you've been like, oh, it's this many feet.
Because it says in the race manuals.
But then, like, when we're out running, you're doing it in meters, and I'm just like, that's even more confusing.
It's because I don't even pay attention to it. I just run, and if there's hills involved, happy days, and if there's a big hill, I'll just run it more than once. But I've learned now to start paying attention after that one. In Italy, it was like my husband was picking me up at the finish line, and because it was like an A to B, it wasn't a loop. And I was like, I should be finished by like 9 in the night. Give myself like about 15, 16 hours, because it's quite hilly. I finished at 2:00 in the morning. And it was boiling hot. I think at the hottest part of the day it was 36 degrees. But it was like snow on the ground. It was amazing. It was, an amazing experience. But it goes back to this false confidence thing. Like, it didn't even faze me. rocking up to the start line of that. But it's all from Wild Horse. It's just, I started, like, again, another turning point in my life. I keep having these, like, and I keep calling them turning points, actually. I don't think now they're not so much turning points. I think now it's just like another chapter, rather than a turning point, because I am the person I want to be now. And I know that I just want to get better at being the person I am, rather than just changing the person I am. But like the start of Wild Horse, I was a totally different person to the finish of Wild Horse. People say like they find themselves when they go travelling to fucking Thailand and all that. Like, I found myself in those 4 days over running across Wales. Like, totally different person. I became my own best friend. Yeah, I've never been like that. I try and look back on that now and being like, right, just remember like how much you loved yourself after Wild Horse, and try and channel that, because I'm slowly starting to go back into the Courtney that beats herself up about everything. And I don't want to lose that part of me, because I think that's why I push myself so hard. It scares me thinking about losing that part of me, because even though it's a negative part, because sometimes it's extreme how much I beat myself up. It's not just a sort of like, oh, I could have done better. It's like a spiral on how shit I am at everything. I don't want to lose. I think I want to lose the extreme part of that, because it's not a nice feeling. As you know, it's not a nice feeling that you're shit at things, and feeling that nothing you do is good enough. But the extreme part I want to lose, but I want to keep a little part of it, a part that I can control then, I suppose, without spiraling, because it's why I push myself to be better. If I thought I was amazing after every run I did, then why would I try and improve? So yeah, it's given me a confidence of like, I can do anything, but still in the back of my mind I know I'm not going to win things unless I get better, which is the stage I'm at now. I want to be better. I want to run, I don't think further than 200 miles doesn't appeal to me. Unless I can, like, I want to now do things faster. I want to start winning things now. Like, I want to start getting on the podium. But then again, like, I also don't want to lose the fun of it. And it's a fine line, I've realised recently. Since Sirona, when I signed up for Sirona, because I didn't sign up for that after I came back from Italy. Because I was like, right, yeah, but fuck the chilling out. Let's just go for it. Let's just see how much I can do now this year. Wild Horse was just the start, and I thought it was the end. Like, that was just the start. But I have so many stories from Wild Horse, from being at like the middle of the park, the back of the park, just like being with people and hearing people's stories and going through something like that with people you just bond with total strangers, and it's amazing. But Sirona, I ran pretty much all of it on my own. I spoke to a few people like at the start, and I think like up to about 50 miles, I suppose, I was running with Chris, his name is. I met him on the Wild Horse. I think he made it to like 100 miles and then DNF'd. And then he sort of came back for redemption on Sirona. So I sort of knew him from that. So we ran like the first, I think, 50 miles together. And then after that, I sort of knew what position I was in, like third. I was like, right, let's press on. Let's fucking go for it. And it's two totally different experiences. Chasing a podium and just being in it to finish it is two totally different things. And I don't know I love the feeling of being on the podium, but I also don't want to lose the feeling of being in amongst it with everyone. So
first place is a lonely place to be.
Yeah, and even like I came fourth in Sirona, which because Pegasus is like absolutely amazing, that's a podium position. But any other race I wouldn't have been on the podium. So I don't really take that as a podium, but I got a big block of wood for it. So and I was in third up until like 10 miles from I totally like burnt myself out. I tried to do it again, didn't learn. Tried to do it without sleeping, and I was just so slow because I was like falling asleep, hallucinating, all that nonsense. If I had just had half-hour sleep, I think I would have held on to third. But yeah, but it was still lonely being there. So even lonelier being in first place, which I've done once. But that was only a 50k, so
only a 50k. You know, I just won a 50k, but like it's only a 50k, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's far. That's far, and it's all relative as well, though. If you do a leisurely 50k, like we done the other day,
like we done. I was blowing out my arse at the end, and you were like, "Come on, we're almost done," and you're fucking doing like 5-minute kilometers, sub 5 kilometers, and I'm like, fuck, my legs are fucked up. Like, please slow down. We've just hit tarmac. That's the fucking last thing I want to be running on after 50k.
We're moving to the car then, and we're home. Just like sprint finish always. Yeah, but it's all relative. Like the one that I went out to win it, and that was a Maverick 50k. I've never run with Maverick before. They were actually really good. I'm hoping to do some more with them next year. They've got races like all over the UK. But I went out to win that, and like you say, it was lonely. But it wasn't just lonely. It was hard because you just can't slow down. If you're going out with a like winner's mentality, which I tend to do all the time anyway, I'll try and attack every race as if I'm going to win it, even if like. I said this on Instagram the other day, like, it doesn't matter where I am, whether I'm in last place, first place, the middle, wherever I am, in my head, I'm like, I'm running to win this. And, like, the winner's probably won hours before me. But I run to win it. And then even if I am winning it and I'm up there chasing a podium, I still got, like, that sort of, like, fight in me that... as if I'm in last place and I'm chasing cut-offs. And I think as long as I've always got that, I run with both those things in mind, wherever I finish in a race, I'm going to be happy with it because I would have left everything out there. And I think that's all I can ask of myself now is, as long as I finish something and thinking back and I couldn't have given any more, then I'm happy. Because however fit I am at that time, that you can't go any more than your best. So as long as I run my best all the time, and that's how I make sure I do run my best, because it's so easy to sort of be like, oh well, I'm ahead of the pack here, I can probably take my foot off the gas, and then before you know it, there's people passing out, and I think you just can't. I just try not to have that attitude. So I always run as if I'm chasing someone. Well, even if I'm not chasing, I'm just chasing the finish line most of the time. But like just keep running. And I done that one, the one I ran, and I had I compared that one to, because just like talking about things on this, I don't like, I'm shit with dates and stuff. Well, as I've clearly just shown, because I forgot that I'd run those 2 races this year. But I didn't know when I done my first ultra, and I had a feeling it was 2022, but I just wanted to check, and I went on Strava and just typed it in, and and it came up and I'd seen it was like, I think it was like 7 hours 36 minutes or something. And I looked at the elevation, and the elevation wasn't far off that one I won the other day. It was like a tiny bit less. But like the weather condition, like that one I was in the summer, the one I won was in the winter. It was like really bad conditions. So it's all sort of lines up in comparison. And I had a PB on that one, and I'd done it in 4 hours 58. And I was like, how the fuck, like, that is, I don't think as people or runners, we don't do it enough looking back. Like, look back to where you started. And I've tried to do that now, like, when I do, like, beat myself up and I'm like, I could have done better, and like, that was shit, and things.
Like the other day when you got back from the lakes.
I was tamping with myself.
And then I messaged you being like, you beat my 50k PB on that. And you're there being like, oh, I'm fucking not happy with my time, like, could have done better. And I'm like, you're fucking still faster than me. And you was just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, devastated. I was like 15 minutes off getting a PB and a podium position. That's close. Too close.
After 10 days on the piss?
Well, this is the thing, and this is why it's the fucking devil. Like, alcohol is the devil. Also why I don't drink, and why I hadn't drunk all year up until then. And just because I signed up for it, like, really last minute, and I was like, well, I'll just do it for, like, the last race of the year sort of thing. And, like, running in the Lake District seems like a nice idea in November. But I seen it was part of that Kendall Mountain Festival, which I seen last year, and I was like, that sounds really cool. And I was like, oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I went on my own. As with everything else. So, yeah, I think looking back to that, just like more than 2.5 hours quicker than my first ultra, which was only 3 years ago.
Fucking could go in that.
It humbles you a bit, and it takes, well, I don't know if humbled is the right word actually. Every run humbles me. Every run I do, I go out with this false confidence, thinking I'll smash this. It's only 30 miles. It's only 40 miles, and I'm like, oh fucking hell, this is far. This just humbles me. The mountains always humble you, and I love it.
I'm not even sure it's false confidence after this conversation. I think it's more like, don't mean this in a bad way, but like, I think it's like ignorance. Because you're just like, yeah, like, I don't even know, like, how far I'm running, or like, I don't pay attention to elevation. If there's a fucking hill, I run it. And it's just like, I think you just don't know what you're signing yourself up for. No, I don't. And then it's just like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Like, I'll be fine. And then it's like, oh shit, like, should have probably looked a bit more into this.
Yeah, definitely. I did with Wild Horse though. Like, I tried to, like, meticulously plan Wild Horse, to sort of change that attitude. If I was going to get to 200 miles, I needed to plan. I needed to know what I was coming up against. I recce'd I didn't recce the first 50 miles, purely logistics, it's too far away. But I recce'd it all, just for a mix up with training as well. Like, when you're training that much, doing the same routes over and over again, like, I know the Ricos like the back of my fucking hand, and I love it. But when you're looking for a bit of motivation to go out, well, motivation doesn't even come into it. If I only ran when I was motivated, I wouldn't run at all, I don't think. So when I really don't want to go out, just doing the same routes is hard. So I found recce and Wild Horse, and that's also been my advice to people who have asked me that are doing it next year, is to just go and recce, because mainly because it's a change up of scenery, and it's somewhere that you've never been before. And doing 25 miles somewhere you've never been before doesn't seem like 25 miles.
Yeah.
But to recce it, to remember it, pointless. Don't even bother.
Unless you're, like, always going there.
Yeah.
Like, I look at, like, Smicky and John Hares, for example, and they're always doing, like, parts of the Epona route. And I'm like, they could probably do it with their eyes closed. Yeah. They'll be fine up in the Black Mountains.
Exactly where they go in.
This is why I like trig hunting though, because it's like it makes you go to places you wouldn't have gone before,
Yeah.
and like some of these places are fucking shit. But it's like it's something new, and it's like that, like you're saying, it just motivates you to like just go and do something different.
Yeah, it does, and it's more of an exciting thing to wake up in the morning and think, oh, I'm going to go and explore. I'm going to have an adventure. And
The more you
explore
can
something.
gamify training, the better. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
trig hunting, just like collecting things when you're gaming.
Yeah.
Like segment sniping, that's a game.
Yeah.
Like,
which I didn't even know about until we went for our first run. And then you commented on my Strava like casual CR, and I was like, what the fuck is CR mean? What's a CR? What's this segment sniping thing? Like,
Yeah.
I don't use, like I got this super duper watch, and all I use it for is to tell the time and how far I've ran.
yeah. But that's good. Like, you can get, and this is what my whole Rockman podcast was about, was like, I used to do things for me just because I like doing it. I wouldn't post about it. I wouldn't be talking about it that much unless people asked me. I wouldn't like track stuff and be like, oh, I've got to do this much. And then I got really sucked into all of it from being part of like this ultra community, which I love being part of. But then it is like, oh, I got to do better. I got to get a PB. I like, oh, that run wasn't great because I didn't hit these stats. And now I'm just like, I'm trying to get back to being like, well, stats are important because I'm a coach, but also fuck stats.
Yeah.
Like, it's a real battle in my head being like, oh, do I want this run to be like this whole like interval session and matching paces, or do I just want to go running?
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck it, I can't decide. Like most of the time, there needs to be a balance, but it's fucking hard to balance the two.
Yeah, it is, and like I said earlier, it's like such a fine line between running for fun and chasing numbers. I think they're two different things. I think what I've tried doing recently, like this year, is trying to always run for fun, and knowing that will help chase podiums as well. But I think it's getting out. Once I'm out running, it's always fun. Some parts of it, like yesterday's run in our rain. But it's like, if you went out, like when you sat in the house getting ready for a run and you're like, oh, I'm just going to do this for fun, it's not enough. It's not enough to get you out there in the cold and
the thing is, I like the numbers stuff though.
Me too.
Like,
me too now.
Like intervals and stuff. I love doing intervals and being that feeling of like being absolutely fucked, doing like an 800 meter rep, having 2 minutes rest and being like, oh fuck, I gotta do this again.
Yeah.
Like, it's miserable, but I love it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but that's why I find it hard to balance the two, because like I get too into it.
Yeah.
But then it becomes like obsessive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's
definitely.
like, but how do I make that more fun to just go out and run?
Yeah.
Even though I might not find that as fun as doing this thing, but I know if I do this thing, I'm going to piss myself off.
Yeah, exactly. It's really, really hard to balance. But I'm more of a numbers person, as in, like, how far I've run each week. I try, and it's all gone to shit recently, through injury and just like not being well. I'm not well most of the time, but physically not being well. But I try and get like 55-60 miles a week, and just seeing that line on the Strava graph just being like, and with the points and just being like a perfect line, it's like the best feeling ever. And then recently it just goes boom, a big dip. And I hate it. I hate the spike.
You're going to hate my Strava graph. I say I'm a numbers guy, and then you look at my Strava graph and you're like, do you really give a shit about any numbers, Will?
Like a heart rate.
Because mine's just like fucking like, oh, it's good. Oh, no, oh, back up. Like, I think recently I went from like a 4K week to doing 27K in a week. And then I did like 116. And then it was like 80 something, then 100. And then back down to 20. And it's just like, yeah, no.
But you don't put
inconsistent as
everything
fuck.
on Strava either, do you?
Not recently.
Mm.
I'm making a conscious effort not to. And like at least once a month I'm gonna start not just like getting rid of my watch for my runs, I'm getting rid of my phone for a weekend. Like once a
Nice.
month, just fucking everything off.
Nice.
And just being like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna do stuff that I want to do and not talk to anyone.
Yeah.
And that's hard for me.
Mm.
Like I hate having notifications on my phone. Whenever my clients will message me, I've had messages like at silly o'clock in the morning, like 1-2 a.m.
Yeah.
and I've replied. And I do that all the time. Like if my clients need anything ever, the only times I don't reply, if I'm in a podcast, because I'm not going to get my phone out mid podcast. I was going to say, or if I'm out on a run, but sometimes when I'm running I do it.
I do, and like I think, you know, because I just running so much, I try and recently I've tried stopping this. I've started that breath work therapy, and it's brilliant, absolute game changer. But the reason I started that is because my head just doesn't switch off. My mind is so busy all of the time, and if on my time off work I'm doing a long run, well, not if, when I'm doing a long run, if I'm out for 4 hours, I'm like, oh, I could use this 4 hours to do something else that I need to do. So I'll be like making phone calls, like speaking to, like, I mean, I'm not an important person. Like people don't need me as such, but sort of like I'll start arranging things. Like if I'm taking my nan shopping or something, I'll ring her and be like, right, what day do you want to go shopping this week? Or I'll like speak into my phone and make my shopping list then of what I like, the food I need in the house. So I do that like all when I'm on a run, just to get like kill two birds with one stone sort of thing. But then I'm not fully in the run, and I don't like that feeling. And it passes the time sometimes, like on a long run, but I find it hard to be like present. So I've tried working on that, and I've got so much better in the last couple of months at just being present in the moment. Because things can wait. Like, like nothing in my life is needs to be done there and then. Like nothing is that important that I can't do something else instead of, if that makes sense, other than running. Like that is priority. Number one priority is running. So yeah, I've tried that, and tried just quietening my mind as to I don't need to be busy all the time. I can just sit down and chill out. Running's helped that as well though, because like I don't want to get injured. If I'm doing anything that's going to jeopardise me training, I'm not going to do it. So I try and remind myself of that, and I'm like, right, is this going to jeopardise my recovery? Yes. Okay, so I'm not going to do it. So yeah, I've tried getting better, but yeah, I'm just a busy person. I like keeping myself busy.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Apart from the whole, if this is going to jeopardise my training, like, I won't do it, because I'll still do it. Like.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe it's probably that people listening to this would be like, what? She's talking shit. But you are like me in a sense that things that jeopardise your training is more training. Am I right in saying that?
I mean, everything I do is basically training at this point.
Yeah.
Or related to training in some point, like this podcast.
Yeah.
All about training.
True.
My job is all about training. Everything I do for fun is all about training.
Yeah.
I actually went on 2 nights out now, and they're both to do with training.
Yeah.
Because one was Adventure Athletes, the other one was the CrossFit gym I work at.
Yeah.
So it's all training.
Yeah. It's all like you just constantly work.
Every aspect of my life is Adventure Athletes.
Yeah.
Like I can't separate the two. The only thing in my life that's not Adventure Athletes is like my nephew.
Yeah.
And I'm like, even then I'm like, he'll be an adventure athlete one day.
Yeah, let's speak to him about it.
When's he gonna come climbing with me? When's he old enough? Like, let's figure that out.
But do you enjoy it?
Yeah, but it causes a lot of issues in my life.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, like, I can't then switch off, like, ever. I've got nothing else
Yeah.
other than training. And it's the thing of like, if either my training or my business is going badly, I'm going badly.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just be like, oh, well, I got this other thing going on in my life. Oh, I've got like a family, or I've got like a job or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, because like that is me. And because I'm so invested in everything I do, like if it doesn't go well, like that's me.
Yeah.
And then I'm just in a hole.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to balance like life and like the things you enjoy and the things you have to do. I find it hard. But yeah, I try. Half of me finds it hard. I've got such a split personality because if I was giving advice to someone else, I always sound like people always come to me for advice, and people for some reason think that I've got everything together, and I haven't. And it's because of the advice I give, and it's advice I wish I could follow myself. And if I did follow myself, I would be in a lot better position. But it's so hard when you're just at a constant battle in your own mind. But yeah, like I just think we've got to just do whatever we enjoy, and if anything gets in the way of us enjoying life, just let it go. And I wish it was as simple as that, but I try and stand by that. People think that life is like long and that everyone's gonna have like a really long life, and I hope that's the case. Like, I've got a lot of years left on this earth, hopefully. But have I? Like, who knows? And I think that's one thing I have learnt. I hate talking about the fire service. I hate talking about my job. Like, it's just a job. It's just same job. Like, everyone else goes to work every day. So do I. I just happen to do some cool stuff, I suppose. Well, some people wouldn't say it's cool, but obviously some days are worse than others. But it's one thing I've learned from that is that how fragile life is, and none of us, and literally every single person on this earth, none of us know when it's going to be our last day on the earth, and everyone takes for granted that they've got all these years left and they're going to grow old and they're going to just pass of old age. And unfortunately, tragically, that is not the case for the majority of people. And I think for us to be so ignorant to think that we are going to be one of those people is mind-blowing to me. And my whole perspective on life has changed since seeing how easy it is for life to be taken from us. So I think we've just got to do whatever makes us happy. And if something is stressing us out or making life worse for us, we've just got to cut it off or change it. It's inevitable that we're going to go through shitty times in life, and I beat myself up about having a shit day because I've got that mindset of what I've just said. When I do then have a shit day about something trivial, as in like I haven't got time to clean the house, or like I've started, my ADHD's kicked in and I've started decorating one of the rooms and I've left it half painted and half wallpaper, like walls are stripped half because I've like got fed up of it or something else has come into my mind and I'm like, I really need to finish this and get stressed over that. I'm like, it's not important. That is really not important. Like a constant battle in my head with things like that, but the majority of the time I try and live as if it's like the last day on earth. And if today just so happens to be my last day on earth, am I going to go to bed that night thinking, yeah, I'm happy with today and I'm happy with how I've lived my life up until now. And it's not like that. Most of the time, I would probably say, like, no, I'm not happy with that. But sometimes it is. And then those days I can look back on. And, I mean, it's likely I am going to wake up tomorrow morning. Like, I pray to God that I do, for a lot of days left yet. But the next day then, if the day before I went to bed thinking, like, I wasn't happy with that day, it just drives me to have a better day that day.
I think a lot of it as well is just to do with your perspective of that day in that situation, because like, obviously I say like how stressed I get about work and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm not earning enough to pay the bills, and I get so caught up in that. But recently I've been like trying to take a step back and being like, but look at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, although it's fucking hard, and it's the same when you were going on about like Wild Horse and being like, although it's fucking hard, like, look at what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out here running 200 miles and like I'm here like with my job, and I'm like, I'm helping people.
Yeah.
Like, and I find it so weird to believe that I'm actually helping people.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's such like a fickle thought in my head that like I could actually matter. But then like I get messages from like my clients, and they're like, and it sounds dramatic, but they're like, oh, you've changed my life. Like, one of them, they've been a year without being in hospital for like their asthma and stuff. And they were like, you could have been the person that's like saved my life, because like I don't know when that next hospital trip would have been the end for me, and they were in hospital every month.
Yeah.
And they're like, shit, like you could be the person that's like changed that for me.
Yeah.
And like I still struggle believing that, but then I'm like, I get to do this as a job. Like, even I don't care how long this goes on for now. Like, Adventure Athletes might be done next week. I don't fucking know. Like, just whenever I physically can't pay my bills anymore, this will all have to end.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be next week. I want it to go on for forever, basically. But like at some point it will probably end, and I don't want to look back on that time and be like, I've spent that whole time stressed. Yeah. But like I loved it. Yeah. I'd rather be able to look back and being like, I'm so glad I could enjoy it in the moment when I'm doing it. Because like, yeah, it is stressful and it does like get to me some days, but fucking I'm lucky as fuck to be able to do this. Yeah. And like how, and like you put yourself in that position to. Yeah, but I think like to be there. A lot of people are in positions where they are actually really fortunate, but they just don't take the time to appreciate it. Definitely. But then like when they get older and they look back, they'll be like, fuck, like that was such a good time. And it's like, we need to start realising in the moment that like this is the fucking good time. Yeah. Like I get to. Again, this seems stupid, but like, I get to sit here and have a conversation with you. Like, we wouldn't have met if it wasn't for the podcast. Yeah, no. Like, I get to do podcasting. Like, yeah, I know, it's amazing. And you don't, this is the thing, like what I said just now, I think what brought us on to this is that we don't, not just as runners, but as people, we don't take time to look back on where we've come from. Unless it's a bad thing. I think if we look back at I was fitter then, I was skinnier then, I was whatever, I wish I could be like that now. Everyone does that, but no one does it the other way around and thinking like, oh, look where I was then and look where I am now, like how much have I achieved and how much better off I am, and just give yourself a pat on the back sometimes for doing it, because it's hard and people don't realise, I think, from the outside looking in, how hard people only see your successes. Like no one ever sees how many times you've picked yourself back up to get there, I think. And then people call it luck, like, oh, you're so lucky to be able to do what you do, you're so lucky to be able to run that far, and so lucky to have your own podcast. And it's like, it's not luck. It's just hard work. Yeah, I use luck in a different sort of sense. Like, I do feel like I'm lucky that I get to do this. Yeah, but it's not lucky that it happened. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Agreed. Definitely.
And yeah, again, I just think like it's not just about looking back and being grateful for it. It's you're trying to be grateful for it in the moment. Because I look back at this year and I remember I was having a conversation with someone recently, and I was like, this has been one of the worst years of my life when it comes to my depression and everything. Like I've had in my head, I've had such a shit year. And then when I was looking back at my year the other day and what I've done this year,
Yeah.
on paper, I'm like, this is literally the best year of my life. Like,
Yeah.
I've done so much. I've done 22 ultras this year after doing 3 over 5 years before now.
Yeah, amazing.
I've achieved so much, and it's not just like that stuff. It's the stuff that I've done for other people and the people I've met through the podcast. Like, we only met a few months ago.
I know. If that.
Yeah. And then it's like the amount of people that I meet through doing the stuff that I do, and like everyone I've met this year and everything I've done for others and for myself. But in my head, when I've been doing it, it's been so shit, and I've been so stressed and depressed and down and negative. And it's like, I'm looking back and I'm like, I've had such a good year. Why have I been so fucking down and hard on myself? Like, why haven't I enjoyed this year?
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck have I been doing? And part of it has been me being obsessed with things. And it's hard running the business and being like, well, I need to make more sales. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I have to look good doing these things. So that plays a part in it, which is why I'm now trying to learn to switch off a bit.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think just everyone needs to just be like, what's going on right now is fucking great.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, like, I don't know when I'm going to die. I don't know when I'm going to get ill next.
Yeah,
I don't know when I can't
exactly
do the things that I want to do because of whatever it might be, whether it's financially or physical situations or, like, I don't know what's going to happen. So, like, just fucking enjoy it now.
Just go for it, yeah. And just don't think too much into things. Just go for it. I think give yourself grace on the days where you are having a bit of a shitty day. Because forcing yourself out of that mood is not going to work. So just be kind to yourself and give yourself grace for that. And then, like you just said, like what you did, just remind yourself of what you have actually done. Like, write it down. I'm not into like journaling or anything like that, or like writing things down. But if I started writing the things down just this year, I'd probably forget most of it.
This is why you need to journal.
Yeah, that's probably why I need to write things down. Cause I remind myself of what I've done now. Or if I wrote it down and actually remembered, it'd be even more stuff. But even just being here now, like, I find it mind-blowing how I'm on a podcast talking about me and running and life. And like I said to you when you asked me, who the fuck wants to listen to me talk for, I don't even know how long I've been talking for now, like 2 hours or whatever, like who wants to listen to that? And you were like, so many people have told me about you, and I'm like, what? And I don't know people, I don't know anyone. Why are people talking about me? Bizarre.
I mean, I'm still baffled that people listen to my podcast. Like, not because of the guest, but because of me. I'm like, surely you've heard me chat enough shit by now that you're just like, no. But then I'm getting on people's like number ones on Spotify.
How amazing is that? That is amazing.
It's all people I know, but still.
But they still, like, they want to listen to you. And if you think of when Adventure Athletes was just a little idea in your head to now, like the following that is gaining and gaining and gaining.
I still don't see that. I still think it's like this little idea in my head.
But it's not, because like, well, I'm here, like at war. Like, I don't, like, we've crossed paths. Like you said, you volunteered at the Pegasus runs and things. Like we must have crossed paths quite a lot before.
We would have both been at Rhythm last year.
Yeah. I
was the one in the saying. Yeah, so, and we had like a pretty similar time at Rhythm, I think.
Yeah, but I didn't know.
No.
I was passing you. We probably ran together and I didn't even know it. But then, like, it's this podcast that's brought us, you know, and there's a reason for, like, that I done another ultra the other day for absolutely no reason at all. Hey, oh, Court, do you want to go for a run? Yeah, how far is it? 35 miles? Sound.
Yeah.
And I rocked up to that one with absolutely no snacks.
Typical.
I just think rock up, like, as long as I've got water, I'm like, oh, I'll get through it. But I was also doing that stupid diet thing, which I'm
Are you
still
off that now?
Well,
fucking get off that now. Get off it. Fucking telling you.
Kind of.
Yeah, fuck that off.
Better now in terms of, like, I've always had my nutrition wrong, I think. And, like, going back to what I said, I want to be better now. I want to be faster. Don't necessarily want to run further, but I want to be faster at running far. So I need nutrition, like, nailed. So I've got, like,
pickles. That's what you need.
Pickles. This is what I've been doing wrong.
That's what you're missing from your nutrition is pickles.
Next year's events, pickles. That's all I'm taking.
That's all you need, I'm telling you. You'll see me win 100-miler dressed as a pickle eating only pickles, and you'll be like, shit, he's onto something.
I'm going to get it going.
Everyone's laughing at me, and then I start winning events, and they're going to be like, fucking hell, like,
and
it's the pickles.
Next thing you know, Killian Jonah is in a pickle costume.
Me and Killian just team up to make a pickle brand. Like,
normal pickles.
Fucking nothing normal about these pickles. Not if I'm involved. Fuck that.
Yeah, class. So yeah, next year,
pickles. I love how this has just like happened out of nowhere. Like, I literally like started eating pickles on day 5 of my 6, and it was just like, because I'd seen like all the things about it, and like I'd had like gherkins in burgers and stuff, but like that was it. Like, didn't go out of my way to buy them or any. I'd never bought gherkins in my life before the 6, and then with like someone had them, and I was like, oh yeah, like I've had one. I've seen like lots of ultra runners eat them, and like I had one, and then I just like kept having them, and then it got to the point where I was just so tired that I couldn't get my hand in the jar to get a pickle out. So I was like, and I just like started drinking the juice straight out the jar, and everyone's just like looking at me, and I was like, that was actually like amazing. Like, I loved that. And then day 6, I kept doing the same, and I remember getting into the last checkpoint, and that's where like all the people from my gym and stuff had come. So like, not ultra runners. Like, I think ultra runners got it. They're a bit like weirded out, but like they got it. But this was just like normal people. I say like normal people, but like not ultra runners. And I sit down in this like chair, and the first thing that gets handed to me is a jar of pickles, and then I just start drinking from it. And they're just looking at me like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Did you try it?
Yeah, and then since then, like, a new guy started to work with me, and he was like, oh, like, you're the guy that runs ultras. I was like, I do more than run ultras, but yeah, I am. And then he was like, oh, have you got any advice? And I was like, pickle juice. And he was like, what? I was like, trust me. And he went home and he sent me a video of being like, opening a jar of pickles and being like, I'm going to try it. And he drinks it, and he was like, actually, like, so and I'm like,
you've already started
I'm bringing pickles to South Wales. That's what I'm doing.
Next year when we do
pickles everywhere. I'm going to put on the dietary requirements for Reese, like, pickles only, please.
Yeah, that's how we're going to win.
Yeah.
I say we. You. I reckon you could get a podium on that.
Oh, fucking don't say that.
I reckon you could. I'll try. It depends if Nat and Nate are doing it. Whenever they turn up to a race, I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'll get second.
We're going to fuck that up next year. Like, Nat and Nate, watch out. We're fucking coming for you.
If you're watching, we'll come in.
We're coming for you. I'm going to send that. I'm going to clip that and just send it to them personally. Like, we're coming for you guys. New champs
in town.
It was when we did that ultra, and I just named it on Strava, just wannabe champs.
Yeah.
Like, that's us. We're the wannabe champs.
We are. And that's all we'll ever be.
It comes back to your false confidence. Like, that's us. Like, we're gonna be the champs, but like we're not actually.
Just want to be champs.
We'll keep talking about being the champs. They can do the actual winning.
Yeah, they can do the winning. We'll talk about it. We'll literally stay as the wannabes.
We'll be talking about it at the start line, like stood next to him, like fucking like proper race position, all fours. Like I got you in 8th.
Yeah.
Sprint off and then like 5k and I'm fucked, and
Yeah.
he's just like passing me like, what the fuck are you doing, Will?
Yeah, but like even that, like I've like Nat and Nath, like unbelievable runners, like winning everything, and like especially like her on Wild Horse this year was just like phenomenal, like it like inspiring, like absolutely inspiring. But to just like for me to just be on the start line with runners like that, I still find like, yeah, I have to pinch myself sometimes.
This is why you need to like start a podcast, because like I get to sit opposite them and talk to them all, and I'm like, oh, they're my friends now.
Yeah, same. Like Nath messaged me the other day seeing if I wanted to go for a run with them, and I was like, yeah. I'll probably have to train for that training run just to keep up with you, but like, yeah, let's do it. Like I love running with people better than me. Yeah. Which is the majority of people.
But it's like they'll win, and they hate talking about winning.
Yeah.
Like you won't see them at a start line being like, I'm gonna win this.
Yeah.
And then we're there like, we're gonna fucking win this.
Yeah.
Bit of a difference there, but
yeah, because they just say it to themselves in their head.
I don't even think they do that. Like when I've been speaking to them, like I don't think they're ever convinced they're gonna win anything ever. And then they just keep doing it.
Yeah, amazing.
Maybe
I mean, like,
we need a bit
I'm
less
never
confidence.
convinced that I'm going to win. Ever convinced. But
you just try and convince others.
Maybe. Psychological. Just get into their heads. Like, yeah. No, I'm never convinced I'm going to win anything. And then, but like the majority of me is like, I'm never going to win. Like, I'm not going to win this. I'm not ever going to do that well. But I think the way I work, I have to lie to myself to make myself push harder.
Yeah.
And I'm like very like a visual person. So like training for Wild Horse, anytime I go hard with the training, I picture myself winning it. And I'd be like, if I don't push now, I'm never going to win Wild Horse. I'm never going to fucking win Wild Horse, right? And I certainly wasn't that year. This year. It was this year. And I knew, like I wouldn't have even bet a penny on me getting anywhere near the start. But to make sure I push as hard as I can, I've got to picture myself winning things.
Yeah.
And it works, and it gets me through really shit training runs. Because like this, like most training runs are like sort of, do you know what I mean? It's like you get the aftermath of it, and it's like, yeah, like brilliant. What can I eat? But yeah, during I've got to sort of do something to get myself through, and I try not to listen to. I just try and make myself as uncomfortable as possible. Probably why I I love it. I love running, right? I love being uncomfortable. As I said earlier, voluntary suffering is the best thing that I do for me. But I try not to listen to music. I try not to listen to podcasts when it gets hard, because you're not always going to have that. Like it's like a safety blanket, isn't it? Like a comfort blanket, like music and a podcast. And I try not to reach for it in training. In a race, yeah, freaking give me all the.
I'm the opposite.
Really?
I hate doing it in an event.
Okay.
Like I hate it. I will stay as far away from music as I can in events.
But
like I want to be all the time. But it's not because it gets me through. Like I don't think it really helps me.
Okay.
It just I do need to step away from it a bit, but it is more just to like help quieten my mind.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really listening to the music, but like sometimes I am, because sometimes I'm just fucking singing along as I'm running.
Yeah, and it's like a good feeling.
I to be fair, I did put music on when I did OTT this year, but that's because I was trying to channel my inner plod and like trying to fun bus from the front, because there was a bit where I was like being like, I don't really want to like be doing this right now, and it was because like I was just so focused on like other things, like
Yeah.
my head wasn't in it, and then I was like, oh, I need a bit of a fun bus, and I was like, Dan's always got a speaker, so I put some music on, and I keep telling this story now. There's a bit where I'm just like pelting down this like grass downhill, and I saw these guys ahead of me, and like they knew that was like close enough to be like hunting them down, sort of thing. Um, and then I just put my music on, and I'm just singing Stick Season, top of my lungs, like literally scream. I'm not a good singer either, and I'm like pelting it at the top of my lungs, and like they'd stopped, like one of them was taking a piss or something, so
Yeah.
they'd stopped, and they just look back and they're just like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just like full on pelting it and like screaming at the top of my lungs, singing
Yeah.
this song. And they must have just been like, this guy is off his rocker right
Yeah.
now. Like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah, but it helps though. It does help. Like I was really struggling in the race I done in the lakes last weekend before. It was so muddy. It was just awful. It was just really shit ground. And I slipped about 10 miles in, done my hamstring, didn't slow down. Thought it's bad now, so may as well just carry on. Power through. And I did, and then about like I just hit like a massive wall. I'd stopped eating and everything because it was hurting, and I had just hit a massive wall, and I had like 6 miles to go, which is so far when you're in pain and you just don't want to be there. It was cold, wet. I was like, right, time for the music. Like I need this to get through. And the first song that came on was Thunderstruck, and I literally for 6 miles I just put it on repeat. I probably listened to it, I don't know what, fucking 20 times. And I pelted it. Like the last 5k of the race I done in 21 minutes. Because I was just fucking going for it. Because I was just like rocking out, running. And it helps so much. So it definitely helps me. Like I have that feeling every time I put music on. So for me to do it in a training run, because like you just said, I really don't want to be here now. That is me in training runs. In the summer, send me out all day. I'm fine. Don't even take my earphones. Like I wouldn't even think twice about it because I love it. But in this weather, I absolutely hate it. I hate being cold and wet. So I'm like, I really don't want to be here. And it's just so easy to get a pair of earphones out and make it more comfortable. But I just don't do it because like Dragon's back next year. Like it's going to be uncomfortable. So if I can get through the uncomfortable part in training, then
Yeah.
it's probably not going to be sunshine and rainbows doing Dragon's back, let's be honest. So
That'll be fine.
yeah, it'll be fine. That's my motto.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah. So on that note then, what other than Dragon's back, what is next year? What's happening? What are your goals?
Epona. I'd love to get a podium position on Epona. If that's my B goal. I love having A and B goals. So B goal would be to get a podium position. A goal is to just get my PB, 100-mile PB. And I've only got 100 miles to go off, so which I think was 29 hours, maybe. I done Serona in, can't remember. So I'd love to get a PB on that. And then Dragon's back. I haven't got anything else planned, and there'll definitely be other things planned. I'd love to try that FKT for the Welsh 3000s next year. It'd be class training for Dragon's back, because I think the first 2 days is basically the Welsh 3000s. So I'd love to try that. I'm not going to tell anyone about it though, because I just don't want the pressure. Like if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. And like, I'm getting like better at social media because I actually want to try and be recognised for running. I'd love to be like sponsored. And just have running as part of my, it's like obviously massive part of my life now, but like on paper a part of my life, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've tried getting better at posting things on social media. I cringe every time I do it.
Don't worry, so do I.
I hate even just talking about myself now. I've never spoke about myself so much in my life. Like, this is like a new thing for me. I cringe doing it, but like you say, if it helps even one person, then happy days. So yeah, that FKT, I'll post it on social media whether I do it or not. You can't just post your glory days on either, can you? If you like, if I wanted, the thought of me inspiring people is like, I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I'd love it if it did. If I could inspire people to run, that's like a dream. But you've got to show people your fails as well. So yeah, just those 3 things, those 3 small things next year.
Yeah, just small goals and
yeah,
taking it easy next year, you know.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going into Dragon's Back thinking I'm going to win it, just because of what I've just said.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. But
you know.
you've got to lie to yourself sometimes. A fake smile goes a long way in lifting your mood. I do it all the time, and I think that's the same as what I do in running. Just
Pretend
fake it till you make it. That's what I've done up until now, and it seems to be working.
It is working. You're doing well. So yeah, you're like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna win Dragon's Back, but it won't actually happen. And it's like, well, you don't know the way this is going.
You don't. You do.
It's going quite well, Court.
You never know. As long as I put the work in, and like I say, I'll do my best. There's not much more I can ask of myself of that, and I'm determined to put the work in, and I know I'll put the work in, and I'm taking it more seriously than I have. I've taken this year really seriously, but Dragon's Back for me has always been this like a big taboo, I suppose. Something I've watched on documentaries and been like, wow, those people are superhuman. I could only ever dream of even thinking about doing a day of Dragon's Back. And now I'm signing up to it. So just signing up to it alone, just standing on that start line, will be an absolute dream come true for me. Yeah. Just to feel like I'm in the position where I could take a challenge like that on is, yeah, dream fulfilled. So whatever happens, then I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I say that. If I don't do it.
No, you will.
It'll be tantrums.
1, you will do it. And then 2, even if you don't, I'm going to be fucking reminding you constantly to be like, fucking be happy while you're training for this.
Yeah.
You only get to do it once.
Exactly.
Like, fucking enjoy it.
Yeah. So, exactly.
Yeah. You can have me fucking hounding you all the time.
Yeah.
Out on our fucking adventure runs, as I'm calling them, because they're not fucking training runs.
They can't be training runs. That one we done the other day, there was no training involved in that. It was just pure utter nonsense.
Yeah. Love the nonsense, but yeah, I'll remind you on those when you're fucking whinging, being like, oh, but I was meant to do like this pace or whatever. I'll be like, fuck up. This is an adventure. We're having fun.
Yeah. This is fun. Time for fun.
You're sat there crying, and I'm like, this is fun, Courtney. Get up. We're having fun now. Let's fucking go.
Let's go find a swing. Let's go find a mountain that you definitely won't be able to go down unless you fall down there. I've still I reckon that's a record. I should have counted how many times I fell on our run the other day, because that's record. I don't know if we'll surpass it.
We're about to go on a run now, so we'll fucking beat it.
It's not going to be 35 miles, so.
Well, it might end up being, knowing us.
Great.
Because you've left me in charge of the route, and we know how that goes.
My bowl of cereal at 8 o'clock this morning will definitely be enough to fuel that.
It's alright, you know how many snacks I'll have on me. So.
I'll be fine.
Yeah. Right, on that note, I think it's time to go running. Thanks for coming on.
Let's do it.
Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of the Adventure Athletes podcast. If you really want to help adventure athletes out, just share this podcast as far and wide as possible. The more people that we get listening to it, the more that we can do with the podcast, the more guests we can get on, bigger and better guests, the the more we can keep funding this happening. I actually get no money from any of this. This is all just for the love of doing it and the enjoyment that I get out of doing a podcast myself. I absolutely love doing this, and I want to keep doing it forever. So let's keep pushing it. Let's keep spreading the word of Adventure Athletes. And if you really want to support us as well, head along to the website, sign up for coaching both online and in person, sign up for our outdoor activity days, sign up for sports massage, whatever it may be. We've got a whole host of things happening, and we're only expanding into 2026, which you guys will find out about soon. But the big announcement for this podcast is I would like to officially announce Courtney as the next Adventure Athlete sponsored athlete. She lives and breathes what it means to be an adventure athlete. I can see her doing amazing things. She's incredible to run with, and she just really embodies what the whole brand is about. Yeah, you probably got that vibe from the podcast. She just lives and breathes it, and it's great to be around. It really inspires me to do more with the brand myself. So yeah, that's the big announcement, and until next time, guys.